Alright, so it's episode number 48, No Right, No Wrong. And guess what? Today the ladies, they left me. So, I think they gave me permission to act a little crazy this week. So I ain't gonna act crazy by myself though. I brought the fellas with me. I like to surround myself with a balance of scholars, hustlers, creatives. And I think I got a good mix today. So, without any further ado, I'll introduce, the people I got with me today. So to my right, I got my man Brad.
Who do you?
What's up? And then to my left, I got Kurt.
What's going on?
And to his left, I got Jamar.
What's up?
And y'all hear from them later as far as like everything that they got going on. I'll let them, introduce themselves. But I don't think they really know what they got themselves into today. I mean, I know they listen to the podcast, but they ain't never heard unfiltered, uncut Matt. I don't think they really know, that this is like CrossFit for your brain. Like just some random, you just do a lot of random exercises, talk about a lot of subjects, and you end up, walking out the door a little smarter. And I think that's what's going to happen today, when you do a little CrossFit. But before we get too deep into the episode, I just want to say a quick rest in peace to Aaron Johnson. I went to high school with him. One of the most athletic people I ever met. And I just want to, pay homage, and prayers to his wife, his kids, and his family, and, everybody involved, with Aaron, and anybody who have emotional connection to Aaron. I just, prayers go out to you and your family. It's no smooth transition from a rest in peace, but as like black men, I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and just so much happened throughout the day as black men that we don't necessarily take time to really pay attention to ourselves. So one of the things I wanted to just ask you gentlemen is like, what makes you happy? Like anybody can pop. Well, I'll start. So one of the things that make me happy, and I got a couple things, but one of the things that make me happy is just like doing this podcast. I enjoy being able to having a release, an outlet to get away from the world for whether it's an hour and 30, 2 hours, 30 minutes, just that release and that outlet, it make me happy. But then I also enjoy, the listeners. I enjoy it to make a difference, to know that I'm doing something different in somebody's life. Somebody might be inspired. But then I also enjoy simple things like a soft pair of drawers. Like as far as my own shit. like for real. Like I never
called you about some new drawers.
For real. Like I never understood how much I appreciated my own drawers until I like graduated from Fruit of the Loom.
Oh,
like
so you been wearing other people's drawers?
Nah, nigga.
You said you said your own drawers.
No, but like until I graduated from the Hanes and the basic. Like once I put on some Calvin Klein and I could see the difference, I was like, man, now this shit make me happy. So like for real, hey, Adidas, both of them. Adidas. So like it's when it's laundry week, those are the first joints I'm putting on because it make me happy. So like what make y'all happy, man?
What makes me happy? As of late, I would say just like the simple things for real, like just the fact that I'm living. Like it sounds cliche, but like just the fact that I'm living, like I'm happy with that for real. Cause people our age still dying. So you know what I mean? It's like every time it happens to somebody that you kind of know, it's like, yep, I'm just happy to be living for real. So, simple things. I got a daughter, so, just to come home to her from work, and she happy to see you is like the best thing ever. Like, I never even knew about that feeling, but when you come home from work and your daughter's all happy, or just any baby, you know what I mean, is happy to see you, like, that's tight. So,
family first.
Yeah. So, really just the simple things. I'm trying to simplify my life, you know what I mean? Really, you forget about those things when you kind of just hustling and trying to get money and whatnot. But
yeah, man, I feel like hobbies for real. Like,
hobbies,
and the youth, hobbies and the youth. So man, combine those, coaching baseball. That's what I do. So the kids being around them like 4 or 5 times a week for real. They keep me young. So. Yeah. I feel like that's one thing, and then just hanging with my friends. I try to do that at least once a week.
I feel like I'm so disconnected from like the young kids. Like I think I can vibe a little bit with like a high schooler, but like I feel
they be hip.
I feel way disconnected from the young kids. Yeah,
man, they teach you more than you can teach them for real.
I couldn't imagine being that young with that much information in my hand as far as like social media,
Yeah,
like
it's
just
crazy.
like for real.
But you might not process it the same. Though.
Nah.
True.
I asked one of my kids today, I follow him on Instagram. I said, man, all the graphics and stuff that you be doing on your posts, how do you do that? Like,
Yeah.
show me. He said,
Yeah.
all right, I'll show you how to practice. And then we forgot. So I still don't know, but I'm definitely keep asking him about that.
No, that's what's up. And then like for real, channeling that into like a skill, like a real skill, and like if I would have known that I was into podcasts and like this type of stuff when I was in high school or when I was even younger than that, if I would have been able to like channel those things into college, I think I would be in a whole different position right now because I would have been able to craft it at 18 instead of crafting it at 27.
Bro, we were coding in high school.
For real.
MySpace and
Yeah.
Black
Yeah,
Planet.
exactly. We
coding
was.
and
We
didn't even
was.
know it.
And we was. We was kind of like the beginning of that whole tech era for real. Like you said, Black Planet, MySpace, like those were the beginning social medias. And I think I was in, because we all around the same age, so I was in middle school when that was out.
Yeah,
Black Planet, I think like 8th grade. So.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So
What about you, Jamal? What make you happy?
Yeah, I think for me it's just basically like having some business about yourself.
Okay.
Whether your business is your family, whether your business is your actual business. Like for me, it's my IT company, Dynamic V Solutions.
Got you.
But like whatever it is, you know, just having something to look forward to in the morning,
Gotcha.
something to be responsible for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kind of keep me going. That's what make me happy because when you accomplish those things, like just if you got a family, to make your family happy in a moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'll keep you going. If you got a business, you know what I'm saying, to meet a goal,
Yeah.
that'll keep you going, you know what I'm saying? That's what really just keep me happy because I got so many different things that I'm responsible for. So to meet those responsibilities, job make me happy for real.
Gotcha.
That's
Cute
that.
plug too.
Yeah.
My IT company, Dynamic.
Plug-
VC.
plug- plug it all
That was
night.
a real
Oh
cute
yeah,
plug.
no, yeah, you know that's why.
So
You know why I'm here.
it never turns off. It never turns off.
Never.
But that's how you gotta be though. And I mean, I feel like what makes you happy kind of directly correlates to what motivates you.
Mhm.
So for me, I'll just start. So it's gonna sound weird, but women motivate me.
Mhm.
So like whether it's my grandma, I seen my grandmother earlier this week. She was pushing an Impala, like she got an Impala. My grandma damn near 80, still whipping an Impala. Like that motivate me.
Mhm.
My girl, my fiance, she motivate me because not only does she support me, and she tell me every time I'm wrong. So like that's the motivation. Even like my mother, she been a pillar.
I think that all wrap up into who you responsible to.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
true.
saying? Like, cause women job run shit for real.
They
Like,
hold you accountable.
they be the ones that be on your ass.
Yeah.
Like, you don't got, if you got women that ain't on your ass,
Yeah.
you might need to check the women that's in your life for real.
True,
You know what I'm
true.
saying? That's what
And-
not
and
to
then-
cut you off.
No, you good. I mean, and like the last person was my sister, and just like seeing she my younger sister, so just seeing like all her potential and wanting her to do better, like all of that, that's what motivated me. But as far as the women category, also, you know, all the hoes who hands got, you know, extra slippery when back that ass came up, or, you know, in the parties, and you know, and they ain't what, you know, I could go for a reach and that hand get a little slippery. All y'all motivate me too, because guess what? When I'm working right now,
So
That
happy
man
he-
said he couldn't
got
wait to
freedom
get off the
today. He got
motherfucking phone
freedom
with his
today.
girl.
No.
He couldn't have been fiancé. He couldn't wait.
no, but for real, all them
He
niggas.
feel a lot better. He got it out.
He
That's all
out.
he did.
He
That's
out.
all he did.
Look,
He
he
good.
want
He
to
good
cut it
now,
now.
right?
He want to
I
cut
gotta
it.
take my first insert that I can take. I found
That's
it.
a wrap, fellas.
But listen though, all of them for real, like they motivate me too, cause I know they see me. Like I know they see what's going on, and you know I ain't got no grudges. I love everybody, more love to every. Like I had somebody in high school. They said I was exy. They said you sexy without the S. You almost did. Like I don't know why I still remember that, but like that stayed in my mind. So it's like, you know, I don't care about sex appeal and none of that shit. You know, I'm engaged now, but that still was a motivating force for everything else that I did, because like, you know, I just
Yeah,
that was women. The total package is motivating to me, but also my 9 to 5 is motivating for me because it's too comfortable, and like I hate that feeling of being comfortable. So it's like it's like when I'm there, every time I feel like, okay, you know, my bills paid, this check, but I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm not 100% happy. You know, I'm pretty much going through the motions. So like that I'm good at it, so it works. But that's not what I want to do. So like keeping that in mind, that motivates me too. I mean, I know I wrapped y'all up, but you know, what motivates y'all?
Multiple things, and I don't know necessarily if all of them are good or not, but for me, I mean, I got a couple people on my list that, you know what I mean, that I want to shit on, you know what I mean. Then you got, I've been providing. I just want to make sure I can always provide and provide to more people, you know what I mean. I think I always like feel like I carry a burden to just kind of like making sure that I help out everybody else, you know what I mean. So,
100%.
you know what I mean. So it's just like I gotta look out for everybody. So that I gotta obviously have some money to do that. I think that's probably the biggest thing is just making sure I can be a provider. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of get a high off that, you know what I mean? For real. So as long as I can do that and I can provide, and then after that I can go get my little toys and whatnot and be good, then that's really what it is.
Yeah, I feel him on that. Like, for the most part, it's really just from the fact that I grew up without enough of what I wanted to the point where, like, I got to be able to get everything that I want now. And I'm not the only person that I want to be able to get it for. Like, I want to be able to make sure I'm good and everybody that I'm coming in contact with on a regular basis is good too. So that's pretty much my motivation. Like, to see us all in the long run where we at, like 5, 10, 15 years from now, that's what motivates me. Like, I'm not trying to be the one getting left behind. I know for a fact we gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? So that's my motivation.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for me, it's like it's multiple things that motivate me. Like, as far as the provided thing, I think that's just who I am naturally. So I don't really have issues in that area. But like for me, it's like Kirk motivate me when I see him. Like, I remember I used to have him talk to him like, dog, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? I always kind of correlated that to like money and business.
Mm-hmm.
But with him, it was something else. He had a different passion. And then when I seen him like exercising his passion, that somehow motivated me. It's like, damn, he be dealing with these kids on that level.
Yeah.
Like, I could be a better dad. I could be a better like brother. I could be a better family man. You know what I'm saying? And then my man Marty, he motivated me as far as maturity level. Like,
Gotcha.
cause it's like, whereas I might be out in the club all busted, like making dumb moves and stuff like that. Marty ain't even where I'm at in life right now. And not to shit on him, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? I love that nigga 100%.
Shout out to Marty. I know Marty.
But he motivated me from his maturity level. Like, he be like, hey, bro, you don't need to really do like, why you going like that? Why you doing that? And that motivated me.
The irony
You know what
in
I'm
Marty,
saying?
though, is that he immature as I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy too.
Like,
he
a
is
fool,
immature,
man.
but he's
But he
mature
knows how
when
to
it
be
comes
responsible when
to
it's time to be
yeah.
responsible.
So that's what
And
I think.
That's something everybody needs to master, for
yeah.
real.
My flaws, when I see them in my brothers, that kind of motivate me the most. It's like, damn, I wish I can be me, but be a little bit of Kirk, a little bit of Marty, a little bit of.
But you know what? When I started the whole knowledge movement, I did it because I lack mentors. I don't have no direct mentor that I can say, yeah, I can go to this person and say, this is what I want to be. This is what I want to do. So what I try to do is I try to create a network. I try to say, you know, anybody that's willing to share knowledge, obtain knowledge, seek knowledge, like anybody who's willing to be a part of this movement, I know that I will at least have accountability partner. Where I know that, you know, if you hold me accountable, I'll hold you accountable. If I learn a little bit from you, I'll share it with this person. So, like, by me starting this movement, that was my whole. Make sure you get this on camera, you know. But that was my whole process in coming up with the brand and what I was doing, and like all the things I have coming up, it all revolved around that idea and that message, as far as just like knowing that there's so much greatness around me, but not knowing how to directly, you know, put myself in that position to you know, be able to rub elbows with those people. So it was pretty much creating that network. Well, I mean, we don't gotta get too deep into that. I know we can get into the Black Power movement all night.
Right. I had tons of things to piggyback on that with.
I mean, go ahead.
I mean, I was just gonna say that's similar to why I started what I started.
Yeah,
I feel
go
like
ahead,
in our community we don't even have enough mentors. I had a mentor growing up, and he played like a pivotal role in my life.
For
like,
sure.
He taught me a lot of things that I don't feel like I would have known had it not been for him. But I feel like that's lacking in the area. It's
Yeah.
lacking in the community. So for real, that's what we are. Like Infinite Evolution, I'm gonna go ahead and plug now.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, go ahead.
It's the Infinite Evolution Youth Empowerment Initiative. We try to empower the youth. That's what we want to do. We want to teach them things that school doesn't teach them. We want to put them in situations and give them knowledge that school isn't going to give them. Because there's tons of things I feel like I lacked growing up. You know what I'm saying? It's tons of things I
It's
feel
tons of
like I lack
things
as
that
an
I feel
adult.
like, I was about to say,
You know
right
what I'm
this
saying?
moment,
Yeah, so-
there's things that I know I could be doing better. And if I had somebody to reach out to, and part of it might be my fault,
Yeah,
that I'm
that's
not
the same way I
looking,
feel
that I'm
like
not
you.
looking in the
That's
right place.
that's what I was gonna get on because I think when we was coming up, you know what I'm saying, like me and Marty always say this all the time, like we basically raised ourselves because, you know what I'm saying, we ain't have situations like a lot of other people, you know what I'm saying, no real role models like
Yeah.
you're saying. So you looking to your brothers to like y'all figuring it out together. You know what I'm saying? That's why you be making a lot of the mistakes, and then I
You
talk to
learn
him
from
about
us,
my
you
mistakes,
learn
and then
from-
we learning from each other.
There's
We
too
not
many
making each
mistakes in the
other
world to make
mistakes.
them all yourself.
Yeah,
For
you
real.
know what I'm
From
saying? So
somebody
that's
else.
what I think that's a big thing, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's funny you ask me what motivate me and I say these niggas.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
because that's just like all we really have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so the infinite evolution is, I mean, that's continued growth. That's what it is. Infinite is nonstop. Evolution is getting better. So
For everybody now, if you got a website or anything you want to plug, go ahead, get it out. You know,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
So
go
our IG page is IE_Kings.
Gotcha.
That's the group, and then mine is Major MAJER Keys KEYZ. But yeah, so that's what we do basically. We're trying to bridge the gap of the knowledge that I feel like I lacked versus
and right now,
giving them that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So that when they hit this age group, they'll be able to go ahead and say, yeah, I know this because I was part of this group.
And
they
as
taught me
far
this.
as baseball,
and then though giving back.
Oh,
the
yeah,
elder
yeah,
youth
yeah.
And being the mentors for them. That's
Yeah.
the big part, making it come full circle.
for real.
You know what I'm saying? So that way the youth after them won't be like, yeah, we don't have nobody to look up to because they gonna have these little dudes to
Yeah,
look
yeah,
up to
yeah.
that we taught. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
You want to plug?
Yeah, I mean, I got, you know, my own IT company, you know, Dynamic V Solutions.
How long? Because I feel like you've been sneaky with the IT stuff.
Yeah,
for a
I've been in
minute.
IT heavy, bro.
Like
for a long time. I got
minute,
10
man.
plus years in IT, bro. But, you know, I think it was like you said when you were saying you wasn't happy working a 9 to 5. I've never been happy answering to somebody.
Yeah.
So, you know, I started and this is never, just for anybody who listening, like, you don't have to go full throttle with your idea, but you can start doing the groundwork. I think I posted something on Facebook the other day to the notion of, like, basically, like, do the work before you get to the opportunity. Because when the opportunity comes, sometimes when you don't even ready to have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if a contract come for me, if I ain't already have my IT company established, if I ain't have all of these things in place,
Yeah.
then I would have never been able to do it.
Yeah.
So I was working for somebody. I recently just quit my job last year.
I can't
You know what
wait
I'm
to
saying?
get to that point.
Yeah. So you know, I think that's that. You know, so dynamicvsolutions.com, you can go on there. I'm looking for a lot of anybody who's young, who's in IT that's looking to come up, you know what I'm saying? Get at me. I'm on Facebook. Just use Facebook because I'm on that heavy. I don't know why that Facebook thing
Facebook is addictive
got back
now, man.
for some
I don't know
reason.
how it did it,
I
but
feel like
Because it's the older folk.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
mean you getting old.
That thing got back, yeah.
So,
So
for real,
just
that's
Jamar Crawford, get at me on Facebook and just send me a message, man. I can send you some tutorial videos, training, and maybe we can find a slot for you. You know what I'm saying? And also my cousin, I'm a real big component for him. Lane 22. He had a new clothing line out now. I already talked to him. I told him that, you know, anything that develop out of this conversation, anything that go to him, if y'all buy anything from this conversation, I'm gonna match whatever everybody put up.
That's
you know what I'm
what's up.
saying? So just Lane 22 clothing. If y'all go to that
.com.
.com, yeah, and purchase.
And
Yeah, and on IG as well. If y'all go to that, anything that y'all buy, man, I'm gonna match that, and that's on everything. That's
Support.
just what I'm about.
I
Support.
hope like 200 people flood that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be mad as shit, but I'm gonna drop
I'm
it
looking
though.
it up
It's
right
whatever.
now.
Yeah,
Like,
nah,
yeah,
I got
Lane-
the sweater, I got the
Lane-
hoodie, Lane 22 clothing, and I talked to him as well, Matt. After this, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
can. I told him get a promo code so we can get discounts for the people and shit too.
Yeah.
So we gonna get a
I'll have
promo
everything in the
code.
details later this week.
Yeah.
I will. This episode will be posted tomorrow. So like,
Okay.
we'll get everything together. No doubt. Lane 22
Clothing.
Yeah, Lane 22 Clothing. Say yours one more time.
IE Kings, IE_Kings.
IE_Kings. And say yours one more time.
Dynamic V Solutions and Lane 22.
Got you. Brad, anything you want to put out there?
2 things real quick. Brad Bryant Insurance Agency.
Straight up.
Commercial
That's
insurance, renters,
That's big.
auto, home, 401k rollovers, buyouts.
That's huge.
We do it.
That's huge.
Licensed in Atlanta, basically up and down the East Coast. And
That's huge, bro.
yeah,
So you say you do homeowner insurance?
I do everything.
In Atlanta too?
In Atlanta too.
Yeah, we're gonna put you on with Scott.
Yeah.
Scott's selling a lot of homes down in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, see those
Yeah.
people I work with. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because that's how I get leads.
That's heavy, man. That's
so
heavy right there.
that and also it's funny with that Atlanta Business Capital. Go to the website for loans, business loans. They don't care about. It's a company. They just got me involved with them probably like 2 months ago, literally. From a friend of mine that went to Harvard, black dude, cool. So he just needs help closing some deals, but loans for businesses, they just pass it over to the underwriter. It's his cousin that works it lives down in Atlanta, but it doesn't matter.
It's a business.
Yeah,
loan.
we get leads from wherever, Wisconsin. You know what I mean? And the good thing is because it's basically for people who can't go to the bank. Usually the bank wants like a certain amount of years in business and all this other stuff. So all they care about is how much you bringing in each month. That's it. If you got revenue over 10K, come get a business loan if you need it, or a merchant advance. I think it's merchant advance.
Yeah, that's tight. Bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have a separate conversation after the podcast.
Straight up.
But no, but for real, this is why I do it.
That's heavy,
This is why I put different people together, because you never know how this person can help that person, and like you never know how these people can help the people that's listening. So like I don't take any like.
And that's another thing. That's because that point right there, like one thing that I noticed, and one thing about me, just so y'all know too, like I think a problem that people have is when people meet that each have individual things. If I could hook you up with somebody,
why not do it?
what?
Man.
I don't gotta make nothing off that.
Bro, I dropped
You-
something on
you-
Facebook the other day. I said any business owner, put it on my page.
Yeah.
And I'm about to link y'all with whoever. Because
Yeah,
I
it's
just
not-
want everybody to grow.
That's it.
that's
It's gonna
the
come
thing.
back around.
Yeah.
Somebody
Somebody gonna
do.
be like, I
Yeah,
learned
it's gonna
from
come
they
back.
learned
It
from this
it
from them.
always
My
do.
life's been so good ever since I started just sharing with everybody.
Yeah.
All, everything. Like, you know,
And just having that attitude,
Hey, look,
it's refreshing when you meet people that's
I'm
like that. You know what I mean?
gonna wrap up this segment with seek knowledge, obtain knowledge,
Ah.
share knowledge, and then repeat the process. Like that's all it's about.
Yeah, that's all it's
Yeah.
about.
That's really all it's about.
That's all
As
it's
far as
about.
like rebuilding the black community and like being able to have fellowship together, that's what it's all about. It's
So basically,
repeating that
stop
process.
being a hater.
For
Stop
real.
being
Yeah,
a naysayer.
pretty much.
And
Yeah.
join the movement, because everybody's gonna be good if we just out
Especially
here
now.
sharing and spreading
Especially
that
now,
love.
dog. Like I think this about to sound real controversial, but Trump probably did more things for
I
the
said
black
that-
community
I
than
s-
Obama did.
I said
Cause
that
that
2
junk
weeks ago.
just like motivated people, and I ain't never seen these people like this.
I
It's
said
like
that
I've
2
been
weeks
like this
ago.
for a long time, and I just got so many people to talk to now. I ain't had that many people to talk to when Obama was in presidency. You know, that junk was
'cause
heavy.
we was comfortable.
We was comfortable. Everybody was asleep. Everybody was
I don't
asleep.
know. Yeah, it seems like we forgot that like most of the presidents gonna be white. It's like, it's like so as soon as it changed, it's like, oh shit, damn, this how it was.
Yeah,
this how we
That's how
felt.
we forgot
It's like
we
Yeah.
everybody
we
turned
never
up.
had
Yeah.
LA.
And that's why the
You
white
needed
people.
that.
That's
You
why the
needed
white
that.
people so turned up. They like, yeah, it's back. We back. Yeah.
We
It's
needed
like
that
we
jump.
never had
Yeah,
our way.
yeah.
It was
All right,
never
so
good
so
for-
that was like the perfect segue to this whole Get Out conversation.
Yeah.
So like this is about to be the real fun of the episode.
You
This is why
MCing, boy. You MCing, boy.
this is why I brought. Hey, look, I do this. I do this. But look, this is why I brought these guys here, because I knew that this conversation that we're about to have, I couldn't have with my sister. I couldn't have with my fiance. I knew it wouldn't be. I real niggas linking up, but I just knew it couldn't be one of those things where where I really said what I wanted to say. So one of the first questions that I posed was like, what allowed this movie to work? So I just want to give a quick shout out to Jordan Peele, because he pulled a Nick Cannon. He was somebody with the whole was it Pill and what's this
Key
show
and Peele.
called? Key and Peele.
Which is, you think is whack? That's what you about to
No,
get
no,
at, 'cause
but
Nick Cannon was whack.
well, Nick Cannon
Because I think Key and Peele was jive.
like they made themselves acceptable by the mainstream media. So like they was all over your TV, like VH1, whatever it was. Like that's what he did first. Because little do people know he was working on this script for 8 years before he got it to this point. So like he knew this was in the back of his mind. Like just like Nick Cannon knew he wanted to do Wildin' Out and all the other things they put on for the community, but before that he made sure that he was a acceptable face. He made sure that you was okay with Nick Cannon.
You got the
That-
game.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy. That's so controversial. I mean,
but
contradiction.
but like that concept is like that whole sneaky concept, because it's like you never expected that person Jordan Peele to put out this film. So what he was able to do was to kind of get in through the back door when you wasn't looking.
Yeah. Be under the radar.
And we saw the opposite happen with my man from Birth of a
I
Nation.
know you was about to say it. I
What's
don't
his
remember
name?
his name right now.
Nate Parker.
Nate
Nate
Parker.
Parker.
Good job.
So Nate Parker,
Come on.
he was in the Sundance. He was in all these different things, putting his movie out. Everybody knew that Birth of a Nation. Oh, he raised this money by himself. Oh, he was doing all this. He was gonna put out this.
He avoided the takedown. That's what Jordan Peele did.
Exactly.
He avoided the takedown.
Exactly. He didn't allow the people to get in position. It was no getting information for the destruction of this movie,
Yeah.
And not only that, when the previews first came out, it seemed like a parody. Like
Yeah, it
I
didn't-
don't know. I didn't want to
Even-
see it on the
yeah.
preview. I didn't want to see it on the
And
preview.
that's
I was
great
like,
that
I'm
you
not trying to
that's
see
great
this.
that you pointed that
Some
out.
more
You know what I'm saying?
black people.
Because I think that's a lesson in itself. You know
For
what I'm
real.
saying? Sometimes you don't have to always advertise your purpose.
Exactly.
You could just silently move
Yep.
and work the political game like you want to work it.
Yep.
And then when you get in position, launch your attack.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to do it. Nate Parker, everybody already knew what he was about to do.
Exactly.
So now, all right, let's look up all of his past history.
Yep.
Oh, bam. That nigga had a rape charge back in the day.
Easy.
Oh,
Right.
bring that to the forefront.
Easy.
Kill the women
Right.
right
Easy.
now. Kill the women.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a great point. I never even analyzed it from that aspect.
Yeah,
That
and
was a
like
great point.
like when I saw that, and I said, man, because for real, he wouldn't even be a person that I would say, okay, I need to see this because he made it.
Mhm.
Nah.
And, like
Nah.
so like he
I almost didn't want to see it because he made it. 'Cause I don't
Exactly.
like Key and Peele, but
exactly.
My
and,
wife made me
They be funny
go see it
sometimes.
with her, so
and like
that's
just
how that was.
the whole concept of being able to put to get in the door without them knowing what you about to do, like that's big.
That's how you gotta do it.
Like how you said, Jamal,
Yeah,
as far as like not having to show all your cards, like he wore his poker face.
Mhm.
Like I said, he been working on that 8 years. He
Mhm.
worked.
That's heavy.
Like the execution was flawless.
Yeah, and he gave you something to look forward to because now I'm interested in all these other ones that he's about to come out with.
Exactly. He got a couple different projects that he working on.
He basically game used him.
Exactly.
He used the game. Now he don't need the support of Hollywood no more. You know what I'm saying? He can make his own moves now because he used that to like, all right, y'all let me sleep on me, give me that funding, give me that funding. You know what I'm saying? Now, bam. Now anything I make now,
Everybody gonna watch.
y'all gonna want to watch it. And if y'all kill me, y'all kill me. But it's already a movement.
It was two main things that really made this work for him. So one, original content. We never seen this type of content in a film before. Like that whole spill of a.
You don't think Django was a playoff on that?
Not really, because this is in a horror lane. So like if you look at
That's a good point.
if you look at Meet the Blacks, that was ass. Like I like Mike Epps. I like everybody. I like the fact that he got our own people in the movie. But as far as the actual script, it was nothing. That was a play on The Purge. That wasn't original content. So like for him to put original content in this movie and to do it the way he did, like I feel like that was one of the biggest opportunities for him. And then the next thing was, I'm gonna say it only cost $4 million. Like that's a lot of money, but in the movie world, especially when you make 35 your first
not a
week,
lot.
you already in a profit. So like anybody who worked with you, they like, okay, he put together this brilliant screenplay, and it didn't cost us like what it cost. What's the movie that they was talking about in the Oscars with the nigga? With Matt Damon. The wall, where he was playing a Chinese character. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And they spent all this money like $80-something million to make a movie that like made $6 million the first weekend. So it's just like being
That's a
able.
heavy loss.
Rate of return.
That's a
Exactly.
loss. That's a hell of a loss.
And it's about, for real, for me, I think content is king. Like content is king. Like if you can create your own content, if you can that's why I enjoy this podcast so much, is because I create my own content. Ain't nobody can say, oh Matt, you gotta say this. Oh Matt, oh why'd you say this? Or why'd you do this? I can pretty much say whatever I want, and I can bring on whoever I want to say whatever they gotta say. And that's the biggest thing that I like about this podcast, is because the narrative has been too easily changed and too easily like
That's tight.
yeah for real, like that's the content is king for me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Cause I met Dick Gregory today, dog.
That's what's up.
That is crazy. I was sitting down to go at Bish with the family, and I seen Dick Gregory. I talked to my wife. I said, hold on, I think that's Dick Gregory. So I'm trying to be chill about it. You know, I give him the what's up?
What's up?
What's up? I give him the what's up, and he was like, and then like everybody started coming to take pictures with him. And I'm sitting back like, dog, I know he's so blown right now, and I thought about taking a picture, but now I'm not taking a picture with him because he's so blown. He trying to sit down, eat dinner, and chill. So, but I did wait till he went to the bathroom. He went to the bathroom. I was like, hey, babe, I gotta piss right quick. I'm about to go have a real conversation right quick. And then I went in there and he was on the shitter. And I was mad. I was mad. Like, can't talk to him from the shitter.
Don't be the weird guy.
Can't even
Don't be the
talk
weird
yet.
guy.
Your podcast might be the one to let everybody know that Dick Gregory takes public shits. Though.
Oh, damn, that's crazy. I fucked Dick. My bad, Dick. Damn, Dick. My bad.
Hey, nah, man, you gotta go.
Yeah.
What was the reactions that people were doing in the movie theaters? Because in the one that I was in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Oh man!
But you'd be surprised though.
So
You'd be surprised though. They was in there acting a fool every time a white person died.
Yeah, they was
Oh,
going
y'all
crazy.
funny. I'm like, y'all.
all
Wow.
right, so look, I
I was
seen
in
it.
Rivertown. It was all black people.
I seen it twice. the first time I seen it was cool. It was laid back, because the first time was like the first week out, so people ain't really know what they was getting into. And then I saw it again yesterday. At Rivertown, and I saw it like prime time. I think matinee or so, but it was a rack of people in it. All right, advice to anybody: if you're going to the movies this time of day and you you're going by yourself, this is my first time going to the movies by myself in a
I
brick.
wanted to see the
If you're going by yourself, buy your ticket and the ticket next to you. Especially because all the chairs got to lean back and you directly next to somebody. So like the lady who came in next to me, one, she came late, so she was missing stuff and wanted to ask questions.
No.
Two,
Oh, my God.
she was tapping her foot the whole time, so it seemed she was nervous. I know she smoked jacks. She was nervous, and she had my chair like a vibrating chair. Like I'm like this the whole time. So she tapping her foot so hard, and then like at the end when spoiler alert, when Rose died, she was like, "Oh, bitch, you mad or not?" And this is like somebody like mom next to me, and like she was like really like asking like all these questions and all that. So I just knew, for advice for myself, next time I go to the movie solo, I'm buying my seat and the seat next to me.
I seen that joint down St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
Right, like heavy
Yeah.
white money down there, like boats, everything. And I never seen a black person down there before. But when I went to that goddamn movie theater, it was blacked out, and everybody was like, he's saying, like basically cheering, like when he got that power together, when he put that cotton in his ear, when he put that cotton in his
did
ear.
y'all peep? Did y'all know that was gonna happen? Because I called that.
I
during
caught
didn't
it.
even
I caught it.
know
Yeah.
What?
the movie. As soon as she
When
started
he put
pulling
the
on the
cotton in his
kite,
ear.
I was
Yeah.
like, he gonna put it.
Oh
in his
yeah, I
ear.
didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I told my girl.
I thought it
was
was weird that he was picking cotton though.
Yeah.
I
I
did
thought
think that, but I ain't even think.
Yeah, I was like, he gonna put it in his ear. I don't know why I thought that, but I was like, he gonna put it in his ear so he don't hear the ding, ding, ding. But we'll get into that. Actually, let's get into that now.
I was about to say,
Right.
not to jump your podcast,
Go
but
ahead.
what did y'all get out of the movie? Like,
Hold on now. Let's say that.
I was about to say.
Let Matt do his concept.
I was about to say.
bro. Damn, bro.
Cause I'm really excited to hear when everybody got out of
What
the
you took
movie.
away from it?
Oh, you don't want me to talk no more? He knocked the mic over.
I was just trying to get
Y'all good? Y'all need a refill? Y'all
I mean,
straight?
give me a
Y'all
refill.
straight? All right,
Shout
so
out,
we can
Elvon.
we can get the refill going.
Oh,
shit.
might
All right,
not need
Drunk
a
as
refill.
my bad. Everybody good? We good?
Yeah,
We
I
good?
want
We
apple
good?
juice though. Let me
You good?
let the apple juice go.
Yeah, oh, my bad. You good?
That's good.
All right.
Commercial break.
Never mind, yeah, commercial.
No, we good. So,
My bad, Matt.
no, you
I
straight.
jumped your podcast. It's
No,
my podcast.
look. We on track. But as far as the podcast go, I'm talking about the podcast. As far as the movie go, I think the best way to analyze the movie and to make it relevant to today is to break down each character.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like each character represented a certain something
Mm-hmm.
that is prevalent to today. And I'll go by most important character and just kind of work our way down, because it's just that's what I noticed the most, was that each character, especially when I saw it the second time, I was able to see flaws in the character. I was able to see how it related to today, and just the relevancy. So we'll start with Rose, who was the white girl who's the girlfriend. So as far as my mind, how I saw her, she's the recruiter.
The whore.
She's the kryptonite. Like,
The prostitute.
you can replace her with any Kardashian, to be honest. Like if you really want to go there, you can replace her with any Kardashian. If you want to think about the characteristics of being sneaky, unapologetic, cutthroat, like all of those things went into the characteristic of what we saw from that character. Rose.
See, I was gonna save that for your question that you asked.
Let me hear
I
what you
got
got
it.
to say.
That Kardashian. The first thing I said to my wife, I was like, you know that's Kanye, right? You know Kanye them brainwashed
I
or
looked
whatever,
at it.
right?
As
But-
soon as I seen the snap,
I looked at
he
it
started
from a
tripping.
different
After I got
aspect.
outside and really actually started thinking, I was like, dang.
But you know
I
what?
see the correlation.
Kanye, I only saw him at that moment when the dude from Atlanta saw the flash, and he was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like I felt like that was Kanye snapping out of whatever trance he was in, and like looking around and saying, "No, I'm from Chicago. I'm from the South Side. This ain't that shit. This ain't that shit that I didn't dedicate my life to this." You know, and like every now and then we hear those Kanye rants that we love so much, where he's just saying, "Okay, this is not me. Listen up, listen to some shit I saw."
Go ahead.
You know?
I think I don't know, man. I think the whole movie was a whole metaphor.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I think a little differently. Like, I don't think that character represented a person. I think that character represented
Which one
liberalism. Rose.
Mm.
I think that represented liberalism. It represented a Democratic Party.
Wow.
It represented like white power, basically. Like, you try to get with me. I'm the white female. I'm the we all trying to get with the
Prize.
female, right? I'm the prize, and I'm doing everything to get with you. But yet I'm the poison.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
white job you working. You doing everything, and it's giving you good sex. It's making you feel good. It's doing all that, but yet it's going against what you really should be before. It's going against everything that, you know what I'm saying, that's going to make you feel good at the end of the day, and it's supporting what makes them great. That's what I think that character represented, and I think that's what that whole movie was about. But I'll break down every character to support that. You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
different perspective. I like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that I feel like we said just now, she's the prize. Like, I never really understood, like, why black men actually attract to white women, because I just couldn't see myself doing it.
That was one of my
Because it's like,
questions.
they always give examples of like, well, she doesn't nag me as much, or she don't do this, or she don't do that. But like, I was raised around black women. I grew up around black women. I dated black women, and even though they might get on my nerves, like, there's still enough. Like, I'm happy with them.
I think it's
you know what I'm
I think
saying?
it's
like,
the
I don't
think
need
it's the-
nobody that's gonna nag me.
I think
no
it's the
less.
insecurity in the black man.
Yeah.
I think it's the weakness
peak,
in the black man.
I was actually talking to a black woman about this. I guess she's talked to men that dated white women, and they say for real, it's because it's the prize of the fact that they got somebody to love them who was raised not to like them. That's really why I keep.
I never thought about
And
that.
I never thought about that angle
that-
either.
that
I
was
was like,
one of my
dang, that makes
questions.
That's
sense.
deep though, because I was
Yeah,
thinking
never-
like, why you with me? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's the
Like,
same
that's
thing
what
I
I'm
think.
thinking.
Like,
Like,
why do you like me? Like, I don't really get it.
You
know what
wouldn't
I'm
really-
saying?
I think it's just more so the nagging. Like a black woman, dog. If you date a black woman, she's strong and she holds you accountable.
And that's why I'm
Whereas
like, why
a
wouldn't
white,
you want that?
or I'm not gonna say all white women, but I'm gonna say like it's just easier to deal with. You get away with more shit.
So you think the allure of the white woman is being able to finesse your way through situations?
Yeah, I think it's the weakness
easier?
in a black man. That's what I think it is. It just it's basically lets you be weak,
Mm.
But
and
I
a
feel
black
like-
woman
I
ain't
also
gonna let
feel
you
like
be weak.
everybody has different reasoning, obviously. Like
Yeah.
everybody's reasoning ain't that. But
Yeah, I mean, if you grew up
But
on
I
like
just never
in
understood.
Wisconsin,
like,
and
what
you're the
was
only
it?
black
What
guy,
does
I mean,
it
I
mean,
can't
you know
even
what I'm saying?
fault you
And
for it.
it's
You know what I
like,
mean? Like,
nobody
all right.
explained that. They were just like,
But even
they
if
say
you,
it's because.
even if you look at like the trap of the white woman, you can see the transition from how she went from at one point it was all blonde hair, blue eyes. You know, everybody was attracted to that. Now you see the different attributes of the white woman, and they found ways to be as similar to the black woman, whether it's the tan, the ass, the implants.
Well, I was gonna
whatever.
give it an update. I was gonna say, I wouldn't even say the white women. I would say more like the Spanish. You know what I mean? Mixies, even half black, half white girls. Like, you know what I mean?
But,
No,
but
the
the same
Spanish
power.
woman, my man said the Spanish women ain't really they same boat as the black women.
That's
For real.
Right.
Like,
Okay,
Spanish
so
women
okay,
ain't
so
going for that
so
shit.
from what I'm
Like,
saying,
they not. Like, my
But that's
man.
what I'm saying. I think
They're not.
I think for real, like, because I gauge it from like, all right, what are like the NBA players, football players? What are they going for? It used to be like, oh, I'm in the NBA, about to give me a white girl, I'm out the game,
That's what I be
peace.
saying.
Now it's like I'm in the NBA, about to get this foreign joint. She only speak English. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, so
I think for that
That
level
could
of
also
life,
that could also be metaphoric though of like they see what the white man get, because look at Donald Trump with a foreign joint.
right.
no, I think that's just the overall wave
Dude,
for that
they just
level
wanna
of
be
life.
white women so bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That level of life, when you got money, that's what that level of life called for. You know what I'm saying? That level of life is looking for that foreign look. It's not a black woman, or it's looking for that foreign money. We drive foreign cars.
Yeah,
We
everything
you know what I'm saying?
foreign.
Everything foreign.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I think that level of money calls for. You know what I'm saying? But like I said,
It's still whack though.
if you still some of them that you pick that wrong foreign lane, you gonna get that same
Right,
accountability
right.
as that black woman.
Right.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I heard the stock on white vagina went down at least 40% since the movie went out.
Damn,
Hey,
Charlamagne.
hey, that ain't facts. I mean, it could be. I don't know.
That's alternative facts.
That's alternative facts.
He said that ain't no facts. Like he needed to disclaim that.
Alternative facts. But all right, let's get into the next character. So let's get into Chris, who was the black guy, and we already kind of topped on this because what I wanted to touch on the most as far as Chris was like the emotions and exploring the emotions of a black man, because I feel like he was somebody where obviously he was broken a little bit if you look at his past and like what happened with his mom, and if you even if you looked at how he handled certain. Even if you looked at how he handled certain things, it was as black men, we would rather not know.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did he look at that closet where the pictures were, and then go over there because he didn't want to know.
That's tight.
So like as far as like not wanting to know, we don't go to the doctor because we don't want to know something wrong with us. Like it's black men, we're more comfortable saying, I'm gonna be alright. I'll go to the gym. I'll fix it myself. Like we don't want to leave our fate in somebody else's hands, whether it's a doctor, whether it's your girl, whether it's anything that falls under you being vulnerable.
And I think.
Go ahead.
And I was gonna piggyback off of what you're saying. I think I can relate more with how this character fell in line with the sequences of things that happen throughout the story more than like usually when you're watching a movie, you're like, dog, why would you do that? Why, you know what
Like
I mean?
when he got out the car in the beginning to go see the deer, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, he was
chill in
tripping
the
it.
car,
Yeah,
bro.
he was
Why
tripping
you
it.
like this?
I'll give you that. He was tripping it. I wouldn't have got out
But
with
no,
that.
but Pete, that ties in because of the fact that his mother died from a hit and run accident.
Oh, okay.
So
So
he
that's
could
why.
hear. He
I
could hear the
ain't
deer.
peeped that one.
And
That's
that-
a good
He could
jump.
hear the deer
I ain't
making that noise, and he was like,
that's-
I need to go check that joint out because I
That's-
didn't check on my mother.
that's
and
the
how
hap-
she
I got
died.
you.
So So
I got
yeah,
you.
little stuff like that.
I got you.
That's the heaviness of your conscience, just like always playing on you. Like no matter like if it was something that happened to you when you was younger, whether you did this girl wrong somewhere, like you always in your mind subconsciously, it's gonna direct your emotions somewhere else because you're gonna be like, damn. I remember when I did this wrong. Let me get it right this time. Like, cause for real, all you're doing is competing with perfections. As a man, that's all you want to do. You want to be perfect. You want to try to find a way to be perfect. So if you can identify a flaw, so when he was sitting in the chair and the mom asked him, why? How come you didn't do anything? I didn't want to make it real. That's a lot of times. That's what we would do in those type of situations. We would say, I don't want to go to the doctor because I don't. Like, I know I'm coughing. I know my heart messed up, but I don't want you to tell me that it's messed up because I don't want it to be real.
A lot.
Oh, for sure.
My
I do that a lot.
grandfather said he ain't been to the doctor since I was born.
Yeah.
But he's still living.
Yeah, because
they just enjoyed the
we
61st anniversary.
I think it's more so a thing of
men. If I don't know something's wrong with me, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's more so men need to feel it. Like if you ain't sick, then you ain't sick. If you don't got if your leg ain't throbbing, you ain't going to the doctor. And men just, if your kid, like, come down to, even like I give it a little bit, my son, he was a little sick, but I ain't really feel like he was still running around, jumping around and all that. And my wife was like, man, this boy's sick. I was like, man, we going to Florida. We went to Florida. He was down there. He was acting normal and stuff. Man, we came back here. She took that bama to the doctor. He got a double ear infection. I was like, damn. I felt like some shit. Like, damn, my boy was like I ain't really noticed that. Like, he was just chilling, but that's just the men don't have that. I think it's that trait of being connected like that. Men don't really got that.
I'll tell you a concept that
it ain't killing you if you ain't like screaming for help.
Feel you need therapy.
It
ain't
like
you gonna tough it out.
Because first of all, it'll happen, and we'll wait. I know me. I'll wait like a week. Be like, let me see how I feel tomorrow.
Because I've been sick for a week before.
Right. Well, it's getting better. I guess.
Until I felt something I ain't felt before, or done something I ain't done before, I'm not worried. I'm like, man, I done been through this before. And even if I have, it's something new. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna play it out right quick. See what happens. Like, we're gonna test this out.
It's a concept called epigenetics. My fiance introduced me to it. I didn't know what it was. So epigenetics is pretty much meaning that you pass down some kind of trait or characteristic, whether you realize it or not. So like,
I know all the traits I done passed.
So like, as far as
scared of that.
as far as in the black community,
in my life.
as far as black men, how many times have we said, "Man up, man, it ain't nothing wrong with you. Be tough, man that shit." And like that same kind of characteristics make us think that we can survive anything. We don't need we don't need a doctor to tell us, man, take some tussin.
Yeah.
Take
some tussin.
like
I think there's a fine line in that though, because you still gotta have masculinity.
True.
Like you can't always. Sometimes you gotta play hurt. If you ain't injured, it's a difference between being injured and being hurt. You gotta play hurt sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But it is a fine line to say, okay, I can take these preventative measures, or this is aching a little too much. I don't gotta go that hard. It's a fine line you gotta play, because masculinity in the black community is really what's lacking.
I'll say this much: I played 6 games on a torn ACL. Because I had
flag football career, tag boring, then I just be playing like
played 6 games on a torn ACL. I ended up tearing my meniscus and my MCL. Just because I had to get total knee reconstruction because I thought, man, I hurt my knee before, I bounced back. It ain't nothing. I'll be all right. And I end up not being able to ever get back to the level that I was
injured.
On.
You wasn't hurt. You was injured.
But quick question: how did y'all feel when he opened up the box and saw all those pictures? Because I would have been out the window. I would have been out the window at that point.
First of all, let me tell you something.
For the keys.
Let me tell you something.
Why is he trusting her?
If you meet any woman's family, okay?
Yeah.
I'm talking about it wasn't just his father. It wasn't just his mother.
The whole family.
It was the whole goddamn family.
And
you don't think that she like that?
And she put
you tripping.
Right.
You tripping.
She just totally different.
Right, nah.
But Pete, she put in perspective for him prior to saying he wasn't racist. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not him, but her family wasn't racist. And now it's presented to her, and she's trying to act like clueless, like she don't know. And then you go to the box, and you see that it's all these black men that she
You wanna know who
dated.
came to my
And
head?
originally, I didn't even notice the first time I seen it
Mhm.
that she said that he was the first black guy.
Oh,
she
yeah,
ever
yeah,
dated.
I peeped that.
But then
That's
on the
what
second
that was the
time, it's
thing
like
of the
you,
black people.
she told you was the first black guy she ever dated.
Yeah.
You see all these black guys, and you still asking her for keys?
Yeah.
Nigga, you better run.
Hey,
Why are you
I-
still
I-
here?
I looked at-
He was shut.
I looked at it
Run.
from like the
I'm not
backhand
talking to
racism.
nobody
Like,
no more. I'm getting out of here.
sometimes it's the backhand racism. Like even though the man greeted you with open arms in his family, I mean into his house.
Hold on, you about to make a point
Okay,
that we're
go
gonna make
ahead.
it
Never
later.
mind. Go ahead.
Talking about
All right,
play
go
outrage
No,
niggas,
but like when he opened up the box, all I heard was Future in my head. I heard, "Oh, you thought she was an angel? She fucked two rappers and three singers." like that was all. That was all. I said, "Damn, another one." I was just like, man,
Even the
like,
gay joint. Even the gay
Oh,
girl.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
dang.
yeah.
She even fake lesbian one good
even
time.
what's the girl name? What was the maid?
The maid, I don't remember the
Damn.
name.
The scary one. What made it a horror movie?
She was scared. Yeah.
I didn't notice the first time.
Nah, I ain't
She was
gonna
crying.
lie
I
to
didn't
y'all.
know why she
Let
was
me tell you
crying.
something.
It's because they still had their nerves and sensory.
Yeah.
Oh
perception
yeah,
and shit
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So-
yeah.
Because they was watching
So-
themselves from that little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so when he was talking to her or whatever, and I can't remember what he said to her.
He said these white people. I sometimes I get nervous around these white people or something
and
like
she
that.
started crying, and
Yeah.
when she was crying, and then she was like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, all this and that. It's because she still couldn't control it.
Mhm.
And she was like, dang, man,
Yeah.
you're right, but I can't even tell you because
tripping.
this is the only part of my brain that I can control. Like,
All right, so let's talk about Missy. Let's talk about that's the mother, the white mother. Let's talk about Missy. We'll all right. So I'll
That's, what's her name?
Kris Jenner.
That's
Hey,
Kris Jenner,
hey,
hands
I
down.
thought the
Question.
same thing.
No question.
I said that's Kris Jenner. Like she's the she's the ringleader.
She
She
brings
said
whatever black man she wants.
she's the brainwash. She's
tell her
the
kids
the
to do whatever
brainwash
whatever they doing.
with the motherly touch.
Mhm.
Like she made sure that you were scared to cross her. Like because you knew she had this type of power. Like you didn't wanna cross her, but you respected her to the fact that okay, that's my dudes. I ain't going, But then also, she is everything that we said about Rose, but grown up. Because guess what? She was probably at some point she was probably Rose. It's not in the movie, but like
You talking real life?
she was the young
She
white
had-
girl
she
at some
had,
point.
Bruce Jenner at
Oh,
O.J.
yeah,
Simpson's
yeah.
Right.
trial.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
While
Same
she was
thing.
with
Yeah.
what's the lawyer dude name? Kardashian.
Yeah.
Like,
So at
or
some
they might have
point,
been together no more. I don't know their story, but
at some
either
point
way,
she was Rose.
that was real.
Yeah.
So like all of the bitterness of saying, "Oh man, y'all just use me and all this," but I'm gonna make sure that you get treated just like I get treated. But now I'm old and I don't get no black dick.
But real
Like,
quick, speaking of Bruce Jenner,
Yeah.
I don't know if you had this character in there or not,
Yeah.
and you wanted to talk about him, but
Mhm.
I feel like that was the track star.
Oh,
Dude
yeah,
was
for
a track
sure.
star. He was an Olympian. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like this
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing
yeah,
was
yeah.
set like
Love-
to
hey,
portray them.
I think
you
it was more so like, I think she was the metaphor again.
Mm.
Like I think that she was the metaphor again. What was that lady? That lady was the white woman in America.
Mm.
That's the white woman
She control
that's
everything.
that's
Everybody's so surprised.
that's
they voted for
creating
Trump.
that
That's why
what's
Trump
that
is-
womanism movement?
That's the
Basically
feminism.
feminism.
Mhm.
That's that white woman. You know what I'm saying? Look at black men don't treat black women the way that white men treat white women.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's that whole feminism look. That's that whole that's
That whole feminist
that's-
movement.
that's what that is. That's that Jedi mind trick. That's
Oh, damn.
that's
Hey,
that's what that character was.
So-
That's the white woman has always been empowered.
So tell me this. All right. So look, I saw the sunken place of one or two things. So like everybody know, like the sunken place, that was the place they sent you pretty much. Once they got all the talents, once they got everything
Hold
from
that
you.
thought before you go into
Go-
that, because I actually want to point out another little piece that they said. Remember, the maid who was also the grandmother,
Mhm.
she said she doesn't answer to anybody.
Oh yeah.
That's what
Not
I'm
even
saying.
speaking on the grandfather, like
Mhm.
just period.
That's
she
what
said
I'm saying.
She doesn't answer to anybody.
Dog,
And he
everybody
thought it was
tripping.
confusing
Hold
because it
on,
was a
listen.
black woman
Everybody
saying that, and
tripping.
she was the
The
maid.
black women
But
run.
that was what she
Women
said.
always been
She
running
said,
the
"I don't
men,
answer
no
to
matter what
anybody."
race it is.
That's why Hillary's not our president.
True though. True though. That's
Yeah,
a comeback for your ass.
Because
Because
they
if
know
she ain't
that.
answer to nobody,
Because they know that.
she the one.
They know that. That's
Right.
that's why Hillary's not our president.
Straight
Because
up.
they know that she
She
can
got all that
she
control.
can make different moves that they can't make.
yeah, I think that.
That was too much control to give.
And that's why she's not our president. What?
And that's why they all was rallying and all that down on DC.
But
They want that control.
Going back,
We about to go on.
going back to that sunken place. So, if you look at it, okay, it's the white women that send you to this sunken place. I only saw the sunken place as two different things, as far as in the black community. I saw it as one, even like hardcore drugs, where your body and your mind is like fucked up, but somewhere subconsciously you know you ain't doing right. And you might be thinking it, but your body and your mind just can't react. So, like, not just weed, not just, you know, whatever you want to say, but like that shit Orlando Brown be on. Like that shit that made Stephon Marbury go to China. Like that type of shit.
But
Like
I think
Lamar
with
Odom.
that same metaphor though,
Lamar
I think
Odom, you want to stick
don't
with the
have to-
Kardashians right quick, don't forget.
yeah.
I think you don't necessarily have to be off drugs though. I think you could just be.
Yeah, you could be
There's
there.
a lot of people that just not
Kanye, when he was
self-aware,
going through that little
and
phase.
they be so not self-aware that they wake up 10, 15 years from there like, what the fuck just happened? I'm 35. I ain't. You know
Kanye
what I'm
going
saying?
through that phase where he was talking weird and nobody understood why he was talking like that, and kept just like smiling and then not smiling no more all of a sudden, like all that little trippy stuff Kanye was doing in a little portion of his life. I feel like that was what that was meant to.
And then the second
like
place that I said, it was prison, where if you go back to even a century ago, where if you did anything to a white woman, if you had any kind of relationship or any kind of contact with a white woman, you was in jail. And if you look back to the documentary 13th and you just look at like what we came to as far as like how prison became a business. If you look at being in that sunken place and they only attack people with skill sets. Like they only took off the best. No, I won't say the best because there's other people that still make it. But if you looked at what they were recruiting people with skill sets and any kind of law or whatever they put in place. That was what got you sent to jail. You know, those were all the different loopholes that could represent that sunken place.
To me, the sunken place was like, again, this was all on the metaphor. To me, that sunken place was basically white supremacy and success. You got people like Dave Chappelle. He was almost in that sunken place. But he ran off to Africa to find himself. You know, you got Eddie Murphy. He running down the street butt ass naked. Like that's that sunken place. That's that white supremacy sunken place. You working your ass off at that job.
That's that flash going on.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
get too deep.
That's what I'm saying. That's what that sunken place is. The sunken place really ain't like a physical entrapment. The sunken place is you chasing white supremacy or chasing not knowing yourself. That's all the sunken place was.
Self-awareness.
It's getting away from yourself to fit. It's getting away from yourself to
saying.
fit in with somebody else. And that upper
white-
class
white
is
rich
not
people.
for you.
That
Because it's not even
you
an
can
upper
have
class.
money and not be with
Yeah,
those
that's
people.
the
But they
thing.
just wanna
It's
be
not an
with
upper
those
class.
people.
Mainstream media ain't mainstream media. It's just a different media that you attract to. Because if you just media is whatever that the listener is. So if all you listening to is black shit, that's mainstream media
But
for
you know
you.
what? Look, if you look around when they were actually about to do the bid, when like all the friends and family and stuff came in, it was like, black fashion is back in.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, all right, that's Kanye, that's A$AP Rocky, that's all these people that's in these high fashions now, but they're not using them to create your own shit. But they, so
It's
like,
just to fit in.
and then it was a lot of I forgot.
I know exactly what you're getting at. Let me see if I can think
Like
of some
they
of
said,
the people.
Tiger
They was
Woods.
asking how strong he was.
Yeah.
Like they was like with his physique and all that type of stuff. And
Is the black-
his physique
is the black-
and his genetics.
Is the black Wong really magic?
He
that's
was
what
talking
they-
about golfing and talking,
Tiger
and he
Woods,
asked if he played golf. He was like only once, so he was like, all
So-
right, I ain't gonna get too high on
He
him.
pretty much thought
They
he was
really
about to
trying
be
to
the
match
next
their
Tiger Woods.
passions with the people that come
And
through.
they even got the quirkiness of how most white people really don't know how to interact with black people.
Yeah,
So all the little stupid little shit
It was
they
like,
would
dang,
say.
why would you say that?
Yeah.
Like,
But I
so
think that's
even-
real just because I think probably white people probably do feel that way. They be like, I don't know what to say.
But all of it
'Cause I don't know
was
what
just
to
a
say.
job interview that he didn't even know he was on.
For real.
It's like, all right,
and if you
I
look at
want to
the
play. I want to be
exploitation-
really good at golf. I was great at golf when I was young. I'm old now. I can't do it. But are you good at golf? Because if you're good at golf, then I'm going to bid high for you because I can afford to pay you to come beat me.
Right.
That's all it was. Just like dude asked about the golf. Another dude, it was the woman and the handicapped man. He was in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
And
What did
and
you
she
say?
wanted to replace him. She was asking how
Yeah,
she felt him was like, is he strong? That he's strong. And then she asked the girl, so is it better? Talking about sex with a black man. Is it better?
I think
if it was, they was gonna bid high to get him. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. It was just a job interview that he didn't even know he was on.
I think the most important part in all of that,
he was
all
blind.
that whole thing where they was asking him all of those questions. I think the most important part in that was what he related to, and I think that's real dangerous when you dealing with that type of society, because you notice when he sat down with the blind man who couldn't see, but he told him about his artwork, how he related to him. When he seen the black guy, he related to him. Sometimes, dog, don't relate to people in those situations. Just get your ass out of those type situations. If it ain't really for you, get your ass out of them situations, dog. Because it's going to be something that you like in any situation. Niggas can relate to something in prison. Niggas can relate to something anywhere you go. You're going to find something to hold on to, but that it don't matter. That shit don't matter. You're going to find something. But don't hold on to those things and let it justify you. That's what happened. He held on to those things and let it almost justify him.
He was trying to work for her and she wasn't working for him. Just like when they went and took that walk while the bidding was going on. They took the walk and he was like, all right, I'm ready to go. And then she was starting to pout and cry and all this and that. And he was like, you the only thing I got. I don't want to leave you. And she was happy to hear that. But if he would have been like, man, forget this. I'm uncomfortable and I don't know what you going to do, but I'm rolling.
That's the thing.
I should have been like, I'm leaving. And you going to be like, you coming too because you mess with me.
Would you have really done that, though? Because that's I be trying to put myself in these movies to see
Man,
like how I would act. Would you have though, or
yes,
I know
bro,
me
no
sometimes.
question.
It might be some weird.
As soon as I've been hypnotized, I've been gone.
No, okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. But I'm saying that was before. I'm saying like
that was after
I
that,
usually if I would have went over there, I would have went over there, bro. And I know myself just to not even be. If some weird shit would have happened, I'd be like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? A couple times before I know.
You better than me. If I go into that second place one time, I'm gone. I'm gonna bust your ass. I'm busting everybody. I'm gone. Fuck you. Bow. Y'all gone.
Before that,
break it all down real quick. I drove in. I seen they had the little gardener dude outside.
Right. That's fine. I would have shook it off.
Then I see the.
You would have shook that off.
He weird.
Hold on. Then I see the maid. All right, that's weird too.
That's weird.
You can shake that off.
Shake it off.
You can shake that off. Then you go to dinner and dude try to put you in a chokehold.
Now that got me mad.
I'll shake that off.
I
would be mad, but I'll shake that off. We can have a conversation.
Let's talk about the brother.
Now hold on before you go to that. Like you should just detail when are you done.
Right,
Let me know when you done.
right.
Because I'm running off. I mean I ain't running off of none of that yet. But
I'm still there. You say you're still there.
I'm still there.
Are you still there?
What happens after that?
I'm gone.
So that night he
I'm
steps
gone.
outside and chill.
Nah, I might be gone off that.
Number one, he ran at me, and number two,
that was the scariest shit.
The woman was standing at the door and like fixing her face and all that. All right, I ain't really tripping off of that. But the dude running at me was weird. I might be gone off of that.
Bro, he ran at him and didn't say nothing.
But hold on.
If you get to running at me,
I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone that
I would have stolen him before he get turned. Before he turned, I'd have been like, "Why you running at me, dude?" Hold on.
I would probably start running after your ass because I thought you was trying to go get something.
I'd have tackled him.
I'd have been like,
"Why you running at me so fast, bro?" I thought
he even got the foot out.
But look, but nonetheless, forget all of that too. So you go back inside. Now she takes you to the singing place. You wake up. You ain't even know you was at the singing place. But once I go outside and talk to, I walk outside and talk to the dude. What was the dude's name? Whatever it was. And I hear him basically like, so how'd it go last night? And he basically explained to me a whole bunch of stuff that happened last night that I wasn't sure was real. I'm not going upstairs and talking to her and be like, "Your mom hypnotized me last night." I might tell her, and I might be like, "Yeah, because
I would have called the Uber and I'd
he was good off it. He was good off the jacks off of that. He was good off the cigarettes. He wasn't smoking cigarettes.
Right.
So it's like, okay, maybe she just wanted
to
do that.
That's what it's some trippy
but
shit. Nah.
Past that, I don't think
past that I agree. But that's my point though.
Once I found out
if you can agree that much, you're saying you would have been in the same situation you would have been in.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that.
You would have got hypnotized.
For me, even to be there, for starters, I'm already somewhere I wouldn't have been because I'm dating a white girl. But nonetheless, it's like
you can see yourself getting
y'all give a lot of passes, though. I ain't giving that many passes.
You done gave that many passes too, bro. Because you would have called me the same way he called his man,
and
I'd have been like.
And when you would have been like, "Get the fuck on,"
and you'd have been like,
"Look, we're gonna get to our characters." So, like, we ain't even get to the dad yet. So, like, for me, Dad Dean, he was the system. whether it's the system of the government,
Bullshit was a system.
whether it was the NCAA,
he was.
whether
He
it
ran
was
it.
whether it was big business. Like, he was the person who sold you the dream, who said, you know, it's all good. I would have voted for Obama a third time. But then they hit you with the back door. You know, like all those laws they put in place. Oh yeah, you know, it's Obamacare. But then we raised your insurance, you know, 30% the next year. Like, all those things that you thought was sweet, like going to college for free. Yeah. But then we're gonna make money off your liking and all that stuff. Like, just
They find a way to take anything
Yeah.
they're gonna give you. They find a way to make benefit.
See,
of it.
I think the dad, he wasn't more so like, it wasn't a race thing for him. It was a business and seniority thing for
and
him.
that's why it's the system, because the
Yeah.
system is really based off making
Based on
money.
that. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
just
Anything
how-
they give you, they gonna find a way to make money off.
If you look at the entertainment industry, if you look at whether it's rap, whether it's athletics, anything that black people contribute to making the most money, it's a white person on the other end somewhere cashing in that you ain't never heard about,
You'll
that
never
you ain't
hear
never
about.
been in that secret room
And
and
as
they
soon as
cut
you
your
find a
head
new
open
way,
like
they
you
find a new way.
never been there.
artists find ways to start getting big off of social media. And
Well,
stuff.
that's
They find
what
ways
I was saying that
to,
when we were talking
you know,
about social
yeah.
media.
The
earlier.
way to get
transition
on that.
eventually happens, but how they already rich. Like
It ain't
Nah.
even a transition. They just find a way to make money off of it.
True.
That don't change.
True.
Nigga,
True.
no transition
True.
happen.
But this
360 deals
this
and stuff
point in
like
time
that.
right
It
now
was
that
to
we at
make up for that.
is the best time to be an entrepreneur or be anything.
Straight up.
Like, that's how I feel,
I feel
because
like this is
it's
the one
no
chance you got
you can't
to get out
if you
without
you know if
making
white
money
people
off it.
so what, you know, people think white people, I guess, blackballed people or wouldn't let you get to certain places. I mean, now you can pretty much do a lot of things and get to where you need to be because you're getting straight to your customer. Like, you can't beat that.
I think
Like,
it's
you know
just
what I
the
mean? So
support. I think it's just the support of the black community. Now.
Yeah. Now
Like,
that
somehow that damn, like I said, that damn Trump dog,
But
he didn't woke like the black community.
But that
up.
also played a role in that movie because they figured out dude had been kidnapped. My man was kidnapped. The TSA dude went to the black detectives, gave him
Yeah.
the whole story.
Right.
He
That's
had it all
them-
figured out for
That's
him.
them black
He told him,
naysayers.
Look,
Fuck
yes,
the black
that's what they
naysayers,
are, bro. That's
dog.
why I said
I'm about
that
to say
earlier.
that shit on live right now. Fuck the black naysayers.
Chill.
If anybody say that you can't do something, dog,
Do it.
fuck them. Fuck them. Do it just because they said you can't. Like, fuck
Do
them
it.
black
And
naysayers,
that's the
dog.
whole point. It's like he went to them story already written out. Like, he had all the details. He did the
And nah,
detective
you
work for
crazy.
them.
He crazy.
And now he's just
He's
telling
crazy.
them, like, hey,
He
look,
crazy. That's how
I'm
they
telling
came.
y'all this ain't safe. It's not the move. I'm telling y'all
All right,
this
so
is what's going down.
I only got two characters
we
left.
ain't even get to that character. Matter of
Man,
fact,
we
my
gonna
bad.
break it down.
Already had
Let's
enough.
break it
Right,
down.
the
So,
comments gonna
so the
happen.
only two
Either way.
characters left is the white brother, which is Jeremy, and what I thought he represented the typical white man elitist complex. So pretty much he was that person who
He ready to take you out
but he
On
represented
demand.
for real. You know what he
for
represented?
his people.
He represented the white cop that would kill a black man
Yeah.
unarmed.
I think he represented the army.
that can be a
I
fact.
think
also.
he represented that
Police, we on the
patriotism.
same, okay.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. He represented
so-
anything ready to take you out for the cause.
So what I thought was that he, in his own mind, he was like, "Damn, okay, my parents they got limitations on me because they don't think I'm as smart as they are. As far as my women, damn, my women, I'm losing my women to the black man, so I'm jealous.
I ain't think about that.
And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a way to challenge your masculinity and challenge the black man's, anything that you know, because I think I'm untouchable because the young white man ruled the world. So like I'm untouchable to the extent that, oh, you think you can fight me? You've been in street fights? That ain't
not that
shit.
untouchable.
Because guess what? I do jujitsu. That's 3 or 4 steps above you,
Yeah,
like
right.
mentally.
I'm thinking ahead of you. I'm
So
thinking all
like
that. Yeah.
like the breakdown of that complex is meaning that like I'm willing to do anything to prove the fact that I'm better than you. So like that's that young black dude that's 13, 14, 15 that we say wilding for respect, because all he doing is wilding for respect because he want the old heads to look at him and say, yeah, you good. So like the whole time you was looking, the mom was like, no, you got chill, you can't do all
I
that.
didn't think about
And
it.
the father was like, you already, you damaged him already, So it's that mindset that damn, I'm not this dude that's taken away from my lifestyle. I can't even touch him. So like when I pull him over for arrest, all I can do is put him in a car. I can't fuck him up because as soon as those cameras come out, now I'm in trouble. So it's like every little thing is judged. Like I think that was a brilliant way to to show the relationship between those antsy police people who just can't wait to fuck some shit up, opposed to like what we see in our everyday life. And that was one of the points that I think wasn't as obvious, but is like really like in your face.
I mean, even you can go back to the scene where they got pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just I like how he showed the slick dissing and the slick shit that some people really don't catch when you with them, but it's that slick shit that'll really get you slapped by saying that shit around me. You know what I mean? Like that slick shit is the shit where basically they say some slick shit, and if you catch it, they're like, oh, don't get all wild and crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so the fact that he was just like checking for his
I
ID
think that's
when he
important that you
wasn't-
pointed that out, because like just anybody who ever get pulled over, like I don't give a fuck what you got in the car, dog. Don't never police officers. That's why they tell you basically anything you can use, anything you say can be used in the court of law.
Yeah.
They say that because when that police officer first pull you over and they ask you, do you got something in the car? Never admit to it.
Right.
Don't say shit. Don't say nothing, because I've been in those type situations before, and as soon as I went to go get my fucking high-priced lawyer, he asked me, what did you admit to? Because he like, dog, I can find your way out of anything. Anything. Don't open your mouth, dog. Don't open your mouth. Don't say nothing. Okay? Never admit. I don't care how scared you get.
You don't talk.
Don't talk.
You don't talk.
There's a catch for that though. There's a caveat. Is the fact that you can now afford that high price lawyer.
Yeah,
where
that's
everybody
a
else
fact.
can't. So
True.
But
don't
still,
forget
if
that.
you
But
can't,
still
even if don't talk.
forget that.
No, but you
At the
can
end of the
still
day.
even if you don't, like you can have more time to process, because when you get pulled
Don't
over,
talk.
dog, your emotions
Yeah,
are high,
man, just
you
don't
scared,
talk.
Yeah,
like
I'm
all
not-
of that.
I'm not
like,
saying do
don't
stuff.
talk.
I'm just
don't
saying at the
just
end
don't
of the
talk,
day,
dog, because
There's a caveat. to
you
it.
gonna be able to think about it afterwards. Because after that situation happened to me, I was like, damn, I should have just said this. I should have just said that.
Exactly.
They already been practicing this for thousands of times. They've been trained on this. They've been doing that. So they not asking you. Don't ever think they asking you questions for no reason. They already hip on how you gonna respond. So just be like,
I gotta
Right.
look.
You locking me up and you let me go.
I
Let's
got
not hold on. Let's not pass on the chance to educate the people though. If you just get your stuff together, man, you will also
Yeah,
be
yeah,
able
just
to
don't be
afford
doing
this
shit.
high-priced lawyer. So when you're doing trouble and doing dirt, you can get your way out.
Hey,
Bro. That's why they can get out on stuff like rape charges that people witness. They got eyewitnesses to rape charges.
Cause
They got
that law
people
game,
confessing
that law
to rape
game
charges,
serious.
and they still not getting no jail time.
I'll say
That's
that-
why they can pull stuff like that
I'll
off.
say this much.
You just got to make moves to get yourself in those type of situations.
I got-
so you get
I
out
got
of
a-
anything.
I got a
'Cause
police
it's easy.
story
We can do it too.
that I won't tell until I get paid for this podcast. So y'all put pressure on the
I
people
mean, we
that
got
need to pay
stories
me.
too. We got
But,
tons of stories. I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, you got to get yourself in the right situation.
All right,
'Cause
so
people think we just be good, but nah, you just
Let's
happen
talk.
to get ourselves in the right situation.
So I still get nervous when the police get behind
Yeah,
me.
you
And
still
I
gonna
don't
get
be
nervous all
having
the time.
nothing. I be clean.
it's just,
and I be
it's
like,
just in general.
Because you can still die. I'm sure
Heart
half the
beating
people
like,
that be
yo.
dying out here.
Bro, let me tell you something. I'm about to give y'all one police story, and that's it, dog. That's it, dog. Me and my wife, we riding downtown, dog, and I know I'm not supposed to make this left, and the Fed behind me, but I'm like, we going to this restaurant right here. I'm not going all the way down the street.
and you
And
bold.
I make the left.
Yeah, you bold.
I'm like, man, he good. He chilling.
You saw
He
him
chilling.
in your review.
I seen him.
Okay.
I seen him. My wife was like, babe, don't make that left. I'm like, man, we good, dog. We downtown. It's nobody down here. He gonna understand. We going to the restaurant right there. So I bucked the left.
Laws are laws.
I bucked the left,
For a
right?
reason.
And when I buck the left, I show him that I'm just going to this parking spot that's on the corner right here.
Right.
Like, I ain't like trying to go straight or nothing. I buck the left. He, woo! I do this to him. I throw my hands out the window. I'm like, I'm not being disrespectful, big dog. I throw my hands out the window. My wife just started laughing. She like, look at this nigga here. Look, when he comes to the window, I say, sorry, my bad, officer. We going to this restaurant right here. I just wanted to make sure you was comfortable. You know, he was like, I appreciate you doing that,
Yep,
brother.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just give me your license. Let me make sure everything's straight. cool.
Yeah.
And he let me go.
Yeah. Nah, 'cause
And I
they
parked
do be
and I went
scared.
in
Like,
and
they
go
do
to
be
jump.
scared.
They
Like,
do be
they
scared
do
too.
be
So
scared.
if you meet
You
them
gotta
with that energy,
Yeah. they
like
be
most of the
scared.
time, you ain't gonna get
Look.
bad.
Look, think about how scared what's his name? Jeremy was, knowing that the end goal was I'm taking this nigga out.
And he's
I'm gonna
with
be
his
the
genetics and all that. He the one that said it.
Yeah.
He was talking about
I'm
your
gonna
genetics
be
and
the
your
one to
size,
take
your
this
build.
nigga out. So the police probably thinking the same thing. I'm going to the hood. I'm fucking
It's
with
the
these.
same as
I'm
that.
fucking with these niggas. They bigger than me.
Mhm.
I already know they probably seen me in high school. It's like, oh, that's the geek dude. You know, you already going into it with a perspective. So it's like, I don't trust. Fear is one of the strongest emotions ever.
Everybody
But
who
because
shot you
you
shot you because they were scared.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Police.
for sure.
Enemies.
For sure.
It don't
I
matter.
I didn't want
And-
fights off of being scared.
and-
dog.
and-
Exactly.
And I didn't got.
Yeah,
I've
I
been
didn't fight,
scared,
so-
bro.
I
I
didn't
wouldn't
hit you
fight.
first.
Yeah.
I'm hitting you
over
first.
I have
I
more
can take a
respect.
hit.
I have
I'd
more
be
respect
like,
for
nah, I need
police
that
after I went
self-defense.
to.
But him, nah.
Like, nobody ever
Catch
hit
you.
me first. You can ask the whole audience.
No.
Actually, nobody ever hit me first.
I did a gun training class, right?
Mm.
Get my just to have my gun in the crib or whatever, right? So I happened to, and I was trying to get my, I'm still trying to get my carry joint just because I got the business. They trying to let me get it. So, but whatever. But I'm in there, and I ended up like, the instructor was a police officer because it was through a friend of mine that's like into security and all that. And the instructor was a police officer, and then everybody else in there was like trying to be a police officer or trying to be something else that you need, you know, security or something. So I'm watching some of the training videos that they got. Like, yo, they will scare you into shooting someone. Like, if I was a police officer, I would shoot somebody off of what they tell you. Because they're like, everything happens in a split second. So if you want to go home to your people, you better be, you know what I'm saying? You better pull out the bus first. Like, that's how they carry it. Like, yo, I'm going home. Like, I'm going home. I'm asking questions later. And if I make a mistake, I bet you I won't go to jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be one of these police officers that's dying. That's how they be feeling.
And that's
You know
why
what I mean?
and that's why the law protect them so much.
Yeah.
It's
That's why they
because
protect them so much,
because
they
they
train
know
them to be like that.
they know that that's just part of the process.
But if you train somebody like that, like they're gonna react. Like even if you're not doing the exact same thing, you might be doing something legal, but you taking out
I
a
think-
black wallet.
I think
and
it's
you
the
get shot.
it's
Like,
the inferiority complex.
Yeah.
Most guys who police officers, well, I'm not gonna say most. I'm gonna say some guys who police officers. You ain't talking about the cool guys in high school. You ain't talking. You talking about the guys who's like probably been bullied before. You know, that's why I think police training. It really need to be interviews on like what was your high school life like? Like what was your life like? Are you really scared when you're in these situations?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cause a scared dude, dog, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
If I'm scared, you might not know what I'm gonna do,
Yeah.
bro. Like if
I
I'm
might
scared,
not know what I'm gonna do.
I'm not gonna know. Like you know, he seen me scared before and seen me do some shit. Like
I'm a black
damn,
out.
he done went
Hey,
crazy.
hey, I got a story on this episode that we're gonna get to as long as
Go
as
ahead.
y'all niggas don't keep rapping. You know?
He's like, I got time. I'm getting straight stuff.
No, but
You shouldn't have invited us.
no, but like on some. If you want to talk about a cool guy, let's talk about the TSA guy because he was the coolest guy in the
Yeah,
movie.
he was tight.
So let me just tell a quick story. I applied for TSA. I think it was like right out of high school for like a summer. I'm like trying to get some summertime bread, and I the whole process of working for TSA, they make you like look at this visual and like it's like 200 slides coming through. And you got to point out, you know, like every dangerous thing that's coming through. So I'm like, man, it's a toothbrush. They like, it's a knife. I felt that shit terrible. But not only that, the people that I know that ended up passing the test, they all fit the same characteristics as this nigga from the movie. So like I was connected to this character because I was like, man, yeah, I know a couple people that work for TSA and they just as cool as this nigga, right? And they take their job so serious. But that's because like in order to get to that point, like the training and shit is actually legit. Yeah, because we seen what happened 9/11, so I know TSA is like way tougher to this point. So like that whole process and him like. I understood that character, and we all got a friend that's like our rational friend, our friend that's gonna be like, look, bro,
You need to get the fuck.
Yeah.
exactly. How y'all feel about that character in particular?
I mean, that's exactly how I took it. Just because I'm black, I understood it like that. You know what I mean? I just felt like that's everybody got their friend that's like, yo, like that you're gonna tell everything that you really think is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna be like, yo, you tripping. You tripping.
Yeah. I think it's just like, dog, like for me and my friends, I don't know about everybody else, dog. Like, dog, no matter what you going through,
That
these
character-
niggas
that
gonna make a
character is
joke
us,
out of
bro.
it, dog. Like, and that's what keep you going, though.
Yeah.
Like, I could
Nothing is that bad,
Rick
man.
Kirk and be like, dog, I'm about to die. He was like, nigga, you ain't about to die on me today, nigga. You about to be dead as shit. You're dead ass. Don't call me off your dead shit. Like, that's how it is. Like, dog, it's been times when he been in, you know,
Some shit.
yeah, some shit. And I'm just like, nigga, you ain't about to die on me right now, bro. Like, we gonna
literally
always
make
find a
jokes off
joke
of everything.
about
And that's what I was
anything.
telling you, like, when we
And that's
brought
what
up
keep
Marty,
you
for
going,
example.
bro.
When we brought up Marty, for example, bro, like he's the jokingest joke person you ever gonna meet. Like he'd make a joke off of the worst situation. There's been times where like we've been stranded on the side of the road,
Oh, yeah.
and he comes and gets us. The first thing he does is make a joke. You know what I'm saying? So that's what be keeping us so grounded and so just not tripping off of the stuff that be happening in life because. He's still going. It's like when he came and picked him up. The first thing he said when he got in the car was, "I told you don't go in that house."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna make the
You
joke,
got
but
it.
he's also gonna
No.
make you realize
Yeah.
you should listen to
This
me,
is
bro,
the thing.
because I be trying
If
to
you're
give
going
you
through
game,
shit,
like,
dog, and you
stop.
can't laugh through it, and you don't got people that can laugh, dog, laughter is the most important thing to staying off that edge, dog. You gotta be able to laugh, dog.
If
You
you-
gotta be able to laugh.
if you
And
look
if
at
worst come to worst, and y'all need a laugh and can't find one, hit us, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Because we will
Dog,
find one. We done talked
Not
few
to put
people
nobody
off
out there,
some-
dog.
off some legends.
I called him. Dog,
lately.
what's so
And
funny
we ain't
is
even know that close. They're
Dog,
not even that cool.
I don't even really know this guy like that. This
just
dude
happened.
calls me, bruh, and saying like he about to kill himself. He calls me on the phone. I'm like, why is this dude calling me? So the first thing I do, I text our group chat. I'm like, hey, bruh, these niggas, this dude calling me, saying basically they
He
start
basically
making.
said, "What would y'all respond to this?"
Yeah, I was like, what y'all respond to?
They say
Yeah,
it's stupid.
these
we
niggas
all
start.
joked about it
These
too.
niggas start making
But
jokes.
they
jokes.
still gave a
And I'm-
serious response. Though we
but
was
they
like,
gave
you
a
should
serious
really tell them
response.
blah, 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 you know what
And
I'm
then,
saying?
you know, I was able to talk to the dude, you know, and the thing that messed me up, that nigga said
on the phone.
on the phone, I'm talking to him when I actually called him. He was like, man, let me go ahead and put this Mac down, man. I was like,
Oh, nah.
Son,
What?
People be that close, bro.
I'm
You
like,
realize
dog,
how
that
close
is
they are.
crazy.
If somebody ever reached out to you, and
that
like,
is
Nah, but look,
crazy.
talking
help.
weird,
You need
talking
Just
weird,
talk
pay
to him,
attention,
dog.
yeah? I'm
Talk
telling
to
you,
him,
pay
dog.
attention. You
It's
don't realize how
really
much
probably
it
not
is.
like
It is.
it's probably you probably don't think it's that serious, but go ahead and talk to him because I think. And the thing is, what's funny is I just made a joke to him. I ain't even say nothing serious. I just made a joke to the
We
dude,
ain't got the answers either.
and I don't, cause I can't
Right.
tell you, I'm not a
Sometimes
therapist.
people just be going through it.
I just made a joke to the dude, and he was like, "Hey, dog, that's funny as shit. That's something my brother would say." And then we started chatting about regular shit after that. And then I sent him the J. Cole song. I sent him a J. Cole song after that and whatever. And I just kept following up with him afterwards. But dog, just never like,
I got
just laugh, dog, laugh.
I got 2 points to make. The second one, I don't even know if I want to make. But the first point is, if you look at like Jordan Peele, for example, comedians have the outlet to impact you the most just because they can make a situation funny.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Dave Chappelle, if you look at any of the current, even if you look at Richard Pryor back in his day, he was able to take a serious situation and somehow make it funny, where you can look at it and say, okay, it's not that bad. Like, and that's one of the gems of comedy is being able to.
Sneak it in like
Yeah.
like Pill did.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can sneak,
Take
if you
a-
listen to what they really saying,
take
you
a
get the
serious
message.
situation.
Yeah.
All right, so I say my second point was 3 days before the Aaron situation. I swear to God, I thought about that dude, and it
Before
was
what?
the situation that I mentioned in the beginning of the podcast. I swear to God, I thought about him, and like it was. I dream about Oxon Hill basketball all the time. I don't know why. I guess it was like a highlight of my life. Like a hoop dreams. Like hoop dreams is real, and like you know, anytime you go to war with somebody, you know, for some whatever reason, you got a connection. And I thought about him 3 days, and like I was really I couldn't even respond like on social media when I found out what happened because I felt like I had a responsibility. And it's like all I'm gonna say is like if God put somebody on your mind, go ahead and reach out to him.
Did you realize in that little time frame, the only post that I even put about it is if you love somebody, you should go ahead and tell them because
For real.
people never get this flowers while they can still smell.
Kanye.
That's Kanye. Like,
Yeah.
and that's because that is real, bro. Like if you thinking to somebody, just tell them, bro.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I thought
And like,
how's everything going? But people think stuff like that be so simple. Like nobody wants to be the person to reach out to somebody because somebody else gonna think it's weird.
I
Bro,
hadn't talked to him
weird,
in
just
over
like,
5 years.
What's one of your little sayings? You trying to change cool?
Change the concept of cool.
Change the
man.
concept of cool, bro.
Hey, I'm glad y'all listening, man.
Like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
We plug you for you on
Why
you.
not listen, bro? Why not support you? You got something good
Yeah.
going on, bro. Everybody got something good going on. If you got something good going on in your life, spread it, bro. Let people know. Because why wouldn't anybody support it? You know what I'm saying? And it's that simple. Reach out to people if they're going through it, because you never even know.
And I'm not gonna lie, that weighed heavy on me because I took a responsibility because I haven't thought, like I said, I ain't played ball with him in 10 years, and like for me to just have that random thought.
It's funny because you said you be having hoop dreams, bro.
Yeah.
Like put it in perspective. We be needing coaches for like my team and all of that. We got coaches now this year. Once we finally started our own organization, like we got support. Like it's like me and my man Mike are the ones who coach it. Mike, I don't know if he played baseball a day.
Shout out to Mike. He ain't played no sport a day in his life, but he
tells
know
me
it.
from 6th grade he knew he wanted to coach like
Yeah.
that, and that's what he did.
He been that since
does it.
NFL
And
Madden,
I tell you,
dog.
he's a
Yeah.
mastermind at coaching. He's a
Yeah.
mastermind at coaching. I'm watching him every
Shout out
day.
to
I'm
Mike.
his assistant coach.
That's what's
But
up. Shout
he
out
don't
to
have
Mike.
the connections as far as baseball is concerned as I do finding people who want to help out.
Yeah.
Our assistant coaches, bro, Jason Byron went to Oxon, played baseball,
Byron,
Little League,
shout out to
and
Jason.
Oxon with.
Yeah, I
Demetrius,
played with Jason since Silver Hill days.
bro. Demetrius Turner, bro, played Oxon with me.
Yep.
He was a year younger than us.
Yep.
Chris Moses, bro, 2 years younger than us, played
Yep.
Oxon with me.
Yep.
Jeff, Jeff Aldridge is somebody different, but Jeff, he played high school with me too. He was a freshman when we was seniors. This
Gotcha.
man hit a grand slam in a pinch hit situation
That's
his
what's up.
freshman year. I don't know if y'all know what that means, but basically
I
he
do
was a
know what
freshman.
that
He
means.
was a bench warmer,
Mhm.
and we called
Came
him
in
in
cold.
Came in
smacked that
cold
thing.
and smacked the grand slam, bro.
Basically.
That's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
These are our assistant coaches, bro.
That's what's
And you
up.
talk about hoop dreams. It's like my senior year, we came the closest Oxon ever came to a championship that, to my knowledge, and we lost 3-1 to Roosevelt in the game preceding the championship. And I was on third base, and Demetrius was, I think it was D, on second base. Oh, no, it was JD, matter of fact. Now he's down in Atlanta now. He was second, he was a time run, I was on third. And Demetrius was the only person who scored a run, and I was the one that scored. He got an RBI.
I mean,
Like,
but
stuff like that,
look
bro.
at the
All
details
of
that you
us,
look at the details
we
that you
right
remember.
now are doing what we're doing, and it's because we had hoop dreams back in the day.
And that's why I
We
say,
almost got there, we ain't make it, but we trying to make some people great that they gonna make it.
and that's why I say, like, hoop dreams, they don't die.
They don't die,
They
bro.
just
10 years
transfer.
later.
They transfer into
10
other
years later,
things in
those
your
are our
life.
assistant
Yeah.
coaches, bro.
I remember
It's so
being on the
crazy.
line
Like
with
that.
Jamal.
I was about to say it's so crazy because my coach, Jason Kirby, this Bama, after he coached us, he never coached again. And then I just seen him put something on Facebook saying that he got another group of kids, and I was just like, damn, he about to do it again. He about to do it. I said,
That's me.
oh, I was like, damn, he about to do it again. And I haven't talked to him in like probably like 10 years.
But if you think about
But
it,
I gave him their roses while they alive. I said, dog, I told him, I said, dog, you just changed my life, Slim. I appreciate it because I remember riding in this truck because, you know, my grandmother wasn't coming to get me for no practices. Coach Jason was coming to get me for practice. Me and Kashawn. Me and Kashawn. He was coming to get us for practices from Naylor Road, wherever. He was coming to get us.
if you think about the impact that coaches have on your
Yeah,
life,
dog.
like
That Bama Jason, dog. And then when he came back and said he doing that again, I just thought of me. As far as in them little kids aspect, I thought of me in their shoes, and it's like, damn, that is a role model that I wish stuck in my life as I became a man, or stuck, you know, I'm getting hit, but stuck in my life.
Sacrifice. I wouldn't change any of those 4 years from me not playing my freshman year to all 3 years following that. I wouldn't stop that for anything because what I learned from that situation was like even looking back and saying, man, you was just being a little bitch.
Yeah, no, I think Billy was. I think
Bro,
the
that's
thing that
real,
Billy,
man.
I think Billy was good for men,
Yeah,
but he wasn't good for kids.
no, that's true.
Because what he did was he taught you how to be a man. He taught you how to be great in the sport, but he didn't teach you how to have fun.
Oh,
And
let me just do a quick shout out to
Go ahead.
Juju on the camera right
Oh,
now.
Juju.
Hey, look,
Juju.
holding it down.
Juju on the
Look,
beat.
Where did he be finding these quick?
Hey, look, nah, but for real, he played Oxen with me too, and he
Oh, for
played
real?
Oxen 4 years.
Oh, I ain't
so
know that.
he know the struggle and the grind of being under Billy Lanier,
Mhm.
and like when I see what Juju has done to his career, and like let me say Julian Hines, I'm calling him like he's still my freshman, but
Yeah.
like when I look at what Julian has done with his life, and you know, like I know that all of those, even with you, like
Yeah.
whether you admit it or not, like when you look at those things because he challenged us straight up.
oh, bro, that damn get up at 6 in the morning,
Yeah.
run that 2 miles,
I don't-
come in there and do 6 and 6s, bro. That was like the most challenging thing I ever experienced in my life.
Look, I wake up at 4:30 every day, and it's easy now.
Yeah, cause of Billy.
And it's easy now.
Little
'Cause
things,
of Billy.
bro.
Now I don't even need an
But
alarm.
Pete,
no more.
that puts something in perspective though. It's funny because so one thing that we do at our organization, so obviously we coach baseball, but what I want to highlight
Make sure you talking
is
up.
true. So what I want to highlight is entrepreneurship and financial literacy because I feel like those are two things we struggle at. For one, everybody gets taught to go get a job, but they
Yeah.
don't get taught to own their own business.
Yeah.
And then we go through all types of crazy classes, math classes, a whole bunch of stuff that's unnecessary, but nobody teaches just regular things like
Yeah,
taxes
yeah.
and how not to get behind on student loans
Yeah,
and just loans
yeah,
in general
all
and all
that
that
shit.
financial literacy, right? So I wanted to try and get this done without having classroom sessions, but I realized you probably can't do those things
You
without
gotta do
having
it.
classroom sessions at the end of the day. So somebody questioned me when I gave them the whole entrepreneurship background of how we trying to do it. What we want to do is teach them about entrepreneurship first and then make them write a business plan off of something that they enjoy doing. And you know what I'm saying, that's
So-
how they'll grow their
I
ideas
actually did
and
that.
benefit off of that.
So last
But
year,
hold on, before you even finish with that. So somebody questioned me though and was like, I mean, but where's the fun in that? Like, that sounds boring. That doesn't sound cool. Like, how can you make that so the kids will want to do it? And I was like,
Monopoly.
honestly, it's ways
that's-
we probably can
and
think
those
of
the
it.
naysayers too, though.
Yeah, but that's not even what he was trying to do. He wanted me to think outside of the box, like at the end of the day, because he's somebody that actually wants to partner with us.
Gotcha.
So he doesn't completely
Tell you,
write off the idea, but he's still trying to say like,
Prove it
where's
to
the
me.
fun in that? But
Make-
I actually
make the
told him,
kids
I was
wanna
like,
do
I
it.
want to find a way to make it fun. I get all of that, but if I don't even care because they're still learning it. And at the end of the day, they might think that this is boring and it
I
sucks
kind
right
of
now.
agree with him.
But 15 years from now, they're gonna be like, man, I'm so glad that I got that training because look at me right now. I'm like, I wish I had that. I didn't have it.
But that's
And
if they remember
10
it though.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
10,
I'm.
15
That's what
years
I
from
think.
now, I could have been taught that, and I might have used it and been profitable off of it right now.
So-
but at the end of the day, maybe I wouldn't. Who knows? But right now, it's like, dang, I wish I had that. And if I
Yeah.
have it right now, I'd be like, dang, I'm thanking him because he taught me that.
So-
but I ain't worried about making it fun.
So
I'm worried
last-
about giving them the game.
last
at the end of the
year,
day.
my nonprofit Urban Renaissance Travel Academy. So we went to Baloo and we hosted an entrepreneurial summit. So what we did was we found entrepreneurs in the community, black that looked just like them, that was connected in areas that they wanted to do. So like one of the people that I brought out was Grind Season. So Grind Season, they had Gerard, who's a rapper, and they had Jeremy, who's just all out go get it, and they represented this Grind Season. So it was something that they was familiar. They heard it shout out by Backyard, and to actually see this in person and say, okay, look, this is them. They take the time to tell me about the process. So that was one of the things that I didn't want to glorify. I didn't want to glorify the end goal. I wanted to really go in and tell them the process. So I had another person who was a personal trainer, Sherelle. Y'all probably saw her with the Duncan. Was it Forever Duncan? So like the girl that was there, she was a part of our process when we had our entrepreneurial summit, and she was telling them about how she was 300 pounds or something to that extent, and how she looked at herself in the mirror and said, okay, I got to do better. And she showed them the process to how she got to where she got. I had a politician that was in there who was running for Ward 8, and just showing them that, look, I used to be running up and down Willow Road all day, but look, now I'm
What's
I'm
that
making a
politician
difference.
name? Shoot him
It
out.
was Jeff Brother.
Yeah, Jeff Brother. I know. I want you
got
to shoot him
dreads.
out though.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's
cause-
Yeah,
Trayon.
I'm talking
Trayon.
about
Oh, I'm going
Trayon,
Trayon.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so it wasn't Trayon. So he was running
Oh,
against Trayon, but in that
okay.
same race, he lost. But I mean, Trayon is
That's crazy
much
they
respect to
running
him.
against each other.
Yeah,
They
that's
both
tight
need to
though,
be
because
up.
both of them
Yeah,
good
that's
dudes,
something
man.
they both
Yeah,
need to be
yeah.
on.
But just like
But I guess-
bringing that into the classroom and bringing kids to like hear our story and like for one, I had the opportunity to do public speaking there because I was pretty much orating just like I'm doing right now, as far as just like bringing people up and just telling them I brought my sister in there. She's a hairstylist, makeup artist, and just telling them the process to how you get to that point. Because there was so many different people who can, you know, respect that and want to grow. So like I feel like you're doing the right thing as far as, you know, entrepreneurship and teaching those outside things. But I'm gonna wrap this shit up so we can get to some more
Hold on
ignorance.
one second though. I want you to understand that sometimes kids, dog, it's hard to get to kids because when you're a parent, you already know the trials and tribulations. These kids don't really know it. So if you can simplify it to them, like I'm about to give a plug to somebody that I don't really, you know, this is my mentor. But what I do with my kids, and I'm not even gonna say only my kids, but there's something called the Black Millionaires cards, and they basically they're just flashcards, and it's just teach you what an annuity mean, what does interest mean. What is this? And I drill my kids or all my circle, my sister's brother, my niece. I don't want to give wrong information.
Tell me off it.
I'll give you. But I got these Black Millionaires of Tomorrow flashcards, and I drill them on it. And what I do is, see, kids can't understand something unless they got a reward to it. So what I do, I say, look, y'all got this pocket of money. If you don't get this, if I ask you on a drop of a dime, if I ask you a question and you don't know it, you owe me $1. But if you know it, you get $1.
Gotcha.
So I put a success, a reward, something to get. Because a lot of times kids, they think that you just trying to drill them. You just trying to like be an asshole about it. But if you put a reward to it, then you can, and you gotta really focus on talking to these kids. And I'm gonna say I just came into that. And I just came into it, dog. And I noticed where I've been going wrong.
I shot a promo video with my niece, like, earlier this week, and it was for the knowledge, and I made her, you know, bread and talk and all this stuff, but I had to give her $1 to do it. She's 3 years old, and she wouldn't do it unless I gave her $1. I still ain't give her $1, but we agreed in the beginning that
you just promoted robbing the kids.
Damn, bro. Video you talking about with her wearing a too big shirt.
And I was like, wear this, you know, say this. And she was like, all right. I said, I'm going to give you $1. She said, okay, I'll do it. Because at first she was like, no, I don't want to do it.
They want a reward, bro.
She hit you with the Kendrick.
This ain't free.
Man, this joint going a long time, man.
Yeah, I know. We about to wrap it up. I only had two more topics, because for real,
we ain't even get to all of them for real. Based on the jump, we got to do this. We got to do this, bro. We got to do this.
So let's just quickly touch about Nicki Minaj and Remy and how y'all feel about that.
I mean, Remy killed herself. I thought she did tight in the beginning. She made it so Nicki had to say something, but nah. I mean, I still feel like Nicki has to respond. It's basically what Sean said.
I don't think Nicki should respond.
But
I think she should leave it alone. When you die, you die. I just think you die. You know, don't respond to that. But look, I don't think she does though. I think people been writing for her for a long time. I think she don't have just leave. And listen. Sometimes she could drop 1 million bars in the world, but when she did that, she murdered her culturally.